Alright, so this is going to give you a look at how to create and edit sidebar elements in your WordPress website. Within the WordPress structure, they're called widgets. Each one of these elements here, newsletter, other pages, categories, recent articles, all of those are widgets, and they can be reordered and edited from the widgets panel. Now I've logged into my website and I've already gone to design widgets. Right, so logging here on the right, as you can see, the order of these widgets represents this structure here. All that content is being determined by this channel here. Now you can click and hold with the hand and reposition the elements from anywhere to anywhere. And you can also edit elements. Now if I want to edit this element here, I just click on edit and opens it up. Now if I like what's in there but I want to make a subtle change or a big change, must have web reports, that's the little section here. How do we edit it? Well, we need a way of editing that HTML because this is a code that's being interpreted by the browser to look like this as a link. So what I want you to do is to go to your, I've opened up 3 tabs here, as you can see. One that shows me my front end of my website. And this is a very handy thing to do, actually. Have tabs, multiple tabs open, and to switch between them is a much more efficient way than having one page and switching back and forth. It takes a lot longer. So what I've done is I've gone right post on a separate tab. And what this does is it gives me the ability to create the HTML or the code in a what they call a WYSIWYG environment, which is what you see is what you get. So it's a visual environment. Now what I want to do now is I want to create a new widget, and I want to put an alert at the bottom of my website, at the bottom here, as another element. Another little the header wants to say coming soon, and then underneath that I'm going to have a little bit of an advertisement in a sense of what's coming up in the next couple of months. Now I've already uploaded an image, a WordPress icon image, and then the rest of it says WordPress DIY kit and email training courses. Submit your email above to receive notice. Now I've already gone through the process of uploading the image and so forth, but if for example you wanted to add a link in here, you would just basically do it the way you normally would edit HTML. So I highlight the text that I want to edit, click on the link button, and I'll just right click in there and paste in the URL. And pretty much the same goes for creating all the other elements and additional things that you would like to put in there. The only thing that I would say that you have to do is keep in mind that the content is going to be crammed into this channel here. This small little channel here is going to be crammed into that. So keep that in mind when you're editing it. And we can go back and forth a little bit once we've added this code. So we can make adjustments. I'm just going to get rid of that for the moment. Alright, so let's say you've edited your page or your widget content and you like the way it basically looks. Now what you want to do from this page is switch over to HTML mode. Copy and paste. I should say just copy for the moment that content. So it's Control C on the PC and Command C on the Mac. So I've just copied that text. And I'll just cancel that for a moment. Now to create a new text or HTML, just click on one of the text widgets on the left here and go add. That will throw it down the bottom here, which is in this case is exactly where I want it. Click on edit. Type in the header, and in this section here, Command V on a Mac is paste in that code. Click on change, save changes, and that page will refresh and save the changes that we've just made. Then I'll switch over to my other tab here. When this is finished saving, I'll be able to click this refresh button. Scroll to the top, click the refresh button. That'll reload this website and it will show us what our work that we've just done looks like. Scroll on down. Alright. Coming soon. WordPress DIY kit and email training courses. Submit your email above to receive notice. Now that didn't work quite as well as I thought it would with the W in the middle of the O. So what I'm going to do is go back and put the W in there. Now in this case I can actually go back to the HTML in here and put it in. But if it's something more fundamental with a lot more structuring and formatting involved, you'd obviously want to go back to the visual mode in the Write Post section and then make the changes that you're looking for. So I'll just go Save Changes again. So let's say you wanted to take a widget you've already got in your sidebar and you wanted to make changes to it. I'll just cover that briefly. So must have web reports. Let's say I want to add a new report to that. So open up that text widget, Control C, which will copy that text, switch across to my visual editor. Just delete all that for the moment. Switch to HTML mode and paste Command V on a Mac or Control V on a Mac on PC. So I've pasted in that code. Now switch back to visual mode, and here we are. We've got a bulleted point that says 247 traffic tips report. Now I might want to add something else in there. And I can want to make it a link. Paste it in for whatever your URL is. Switch to HTML mode. Copy. Go back to our widgets. Select that text that we want to adjust and paste that in there. And then I would, if I wanted to keep that, which I don't, but if I did want to keep it, I'd click on Change and then Save Changes. And voila, you've got a dynamic sidebar within WordPress that you can edit and update anytime you like. And just briefly, you've also got within each one of these widgets, clicking on Edit opens up various controls. Now depending on the widget itself will determine, some of the widgets are predetermined and have certain controls on them and change the way that the widget displays or whatever, and that takes a certain amount of playing around with. It also takes knowing what it is that the widget does and what it's for, so that you know what effect it's going to have on the front end. But ultimately you can make changes and then save changes and then refresh the page on the front end to see the effect that it has. As long as you remember where you were originally, it's quite safe to play around with the elements. Alright, so I hope it gives you some clarity on creating and editing sidebar elements and widgets in WordPress.